You mentioned America. How did you get to America? I know by plane, but...
Yeah, I was going to fill that one in. Yeah. It was, that came almost through Eurovision. I mean, it's been such a great career move for me because through Eurovision I got asked to do Jesus Christ Superstar. Tim Rice came to see the show, loved it, and then offered his help in, in my career. So I knew of this Broadway production of Billy Joel's music. I was a massive Billy Joel fan. So Tim Rice called the producers of the show. And then literally 2 weeks later I was flown out to America and found myself sat on Broadway doing the Billy Joel show. So it kind of came, Jesus Christ Superstar came from Eurovision because the call came because they watched, literally, Eurovision was on the Saturday I believe. Yep. And on the Monday morning I had a call from the producers of Jesus Christ Superstar. So we said, we saw you on Eurovision, would you like to do this? So it's kind of all, it's been a massive help to me, which is great.
What else do you do with your singing career?
Well, I write a lot. I've just recorded a new album. I say new album, it was out last November, so that's available on iTunes, and it's available in people like HMV, etc. So that was, I set up my own sort of record label to do that, which was a learning curve. So that's available. I'm writing right now. Like I said, I've written hopefully an entry for next year if that works well. And I play guitar and piano for lots of people. Like I think Lucy Silver's, a lot of people may know, she's done very well in Europe. Yeah, so I play guitar for her and various other acts in the UK. So I'm always, it's the only thing I can do. I can't do anything else. So if it's not my own stuff, I'm playing with other people.
For whom would you like to write a song for? Famous singer?
Well, I'd like to say, you think your idols, people like Billy Joel, but I'm sure he doesn't need my help in writing songs. I think he's proved that. But yeah, I mean, to do a duet with him, some of that would be great, But I know he's done things with Ray Charles and things like that. I'm not sure I'm high up on his list for duets, but you never know.
What's your favourite Billy Joel song?
It's a song called Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. It's 70s, 1977, I believe. Yeah, it's great. I mean, the guy hasn't written a bad song to me, but that's probably up there.
Chris?
Yes, did you actually get to meet Billy Joel when we were doing Moving House?
I did, yeah. I met him on, here we go. I met him on a few occasions. It was, yeah, the first time I met him, I mean, I can't tell you how much this bloke's music has meant in my life, so I'm a massive fan. So the first time I met him, the producer said, step in the room over there, somebody wants to meet you, and it's just literally Billy Joel sat on his own. So I think I said, hello, how are you, about 6 times. I mean, literally, I'm lucky enough, I've met Tom Jones, Sting, all these idols, and it was fine, it was cool, but I just folded. I was, it took me 10 minutes to even get a sentence out, but then, thankfully I met him a few more times. He came to the show, he'd get up and play, at the parties, so, yeah, he invited us to do sound checks in Madison Square Garden.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy, humble guy, and yeah, obviously I'm a big fan.
Would you like to do any more musicals? I know you've been in Moving Out and Jesus Christ Superstar. Would you think about doing some more?
Well, I never really thought of doing musicals. It was something I kind of stumbled at. It sounds crazy that, one of the hardest roles, I guess, I've been told is the Judas role. So, I mean, I was never involved in musical theatre. It just came through Eurovision, the profile that gives you. You get offers like that. Yeah, something I definitely wouldn't rule out is a possibility of doing one next year in America. I can't really say much about that, but yeah, it's a new musical they're working on. It's the same people that did Moving Out, so that's in the pipeline for next year too. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Now, let's go back to the Eurovision Song Contest. Over the years, there have been changes to the Song Contest. Do you welcome those changes?
Yeah, I mean, like we chatted earlier on that the one change without losing the live orchestra, that element. I think I was saying that the backing tracks, that you have as a performer, I love to interact on stage with musicians and to get, when you're doing a live gig, if something's pre-recorded on that, it almost loses that live element and it becomes a bit stale. If you want to, if you want to sing a bit louder or raise, the crowds into it on the night, and you want to raise your performance, then the orchestra will sort of breathe with you, and it just creates a better. You can't match a live. You got a 60-piece orchestra or whatever to get that on a little mini disc or a little CD. You just can't capture that. So that's a change I don't welcome. I hope they bring that back. Yeah. Other changes. With the voting sort of system.
Yes, the voting for it is.
Yeah, that's definitely a good one as well. The more, yeah, no, the year I did it, people talked about political voting, and it's obviously we all know what people like Terry Wogan and big figures like that have felt about it over the years, and it's a tough one. I kind of steered away from sort of talking about things like that because my part in it was just to sing the song as well as I could, and that, I can't change what happens on the night apart from my part in it, so I guess that's all I can say about that.
When you were on the stage in 2004, what went through you when you were there and you see it? It's 30 seconds, we go on stage and you have to be ready in that time and you look into the audience. What is that feeling?
Well, it was fine up until I think the sound guy, as I'm walking, there's a backstage area, you've got to wait. I think it was a Polish entry before mine. Yeah, I think it was just before me. So I was listening to that song, trying to blank that out and concentrate on mine, but you've got this other song blasting in the background. And the guy that walks you on the stage said, good luck, James. I think there's only 300 million watching. You know, I think right. I just remembered feeling it was very strange. I walked on, I was on my own, and I was literally stood in the middle of this huge stage, and I just kept thinking, it's all about the first note. Don't get, because Gemini the year before, apparently they had, it was the first year we had these in-ear monitors, you know, sort of headphones that we could hear the track. Because the year before, apparently they couldn't hear the song. So they sang it, you know, obviously in the wrong key to start. Yeah, I just thought, make sure the first note's in too, because I was just relieved to hear the track, and that's what I mean about the live orchestra. I mean, that wouldn't happen on, you know, if you got an orchestra, you can pretty much hear it there in the hall, I guess. But the track, I thought, as long as I can hear it, there's no technical problems. I was confident enough in what I could do on the night to not worry about, you know, making any mistakes and forgetting the words. So I just thought, I was kind of nervous, not nervous, kind of, I was just a bit worried about the things out of your control. I thought, as long as I can hear that, we're fine. So as soon as that first chord came in, I relaxed. And then you look out and you see all these, it's such a good atmosphere in the hall. It's not, some gigs you walk on, you've got to win a crowd over. It felt like you walked onto a very warm audience that were there, you know, for the contest and to support every country, you know. And you look out and you see a big contingent of British flags waving, and it really did, you know, it warms your heart and your blood, and you look out and you felt, yeah, I'm being supported here. It felt like a very natural, I say natural places. I mean, maybe 20,000 in the hall, and God knows how many people watching, but it felt very much at home and a very comfortable place to be.
Not alone?
No, absolutely. Even though I was stood there, and I remember my mum remarked, like, oh, I felt so nervous. It's just you and this little blue dot in the middle of this huge thing, and I actually felt like I wasn't on my own. It was really good.